How does this sound to you, Blues captain Brayden Schenn?
Incredible honor. Looking back, maybe in the future years, just seeing the names that have been a part of this franchise, this organization. It's kind of been a whirlwind of a day, not going to lie, but very excited for the opportunity to help lead this team.
Now, you haven't gone through it, but I imagine you thought about it. If you were to describe yourself or your captain's style, what would it be?
I guess, on ice, care about my teammates, stick up for teammates, feel like I play the right way, try and bring energy and an attitude towards our team every single night. Off ice, driven, always trying to get better and really care about my teammates. So, I've learned that from a lot of guys throughout the 13 years I've been playing so far and looking to grab pieces of stuff I've learned throughout my years and bring it toward our leadership group.
Picking up on that, Brayden, and I feel the same way. I mean, as players, as people, we end up being just maybe a small kind of sample of a lot of people we respect and admire. Can you name some of those captains, players in your background that kind of contribute to the kind of leadership style you bring today?
Yeah, I don't. As far as leadership style, I think just maybe guys that I've really not leaned on, but really admired or took things from that they did back in the day. I was young and he wasn't the captain at the time, but he's a captain now with Kopitar. You kind of watch what he does when you're a young guy. Mm-hmm. And then in Philadelphia, I mentioned today the guys like Briere, Hartnell, Drew, Kimmo Timonen, and then coming here, I always said it's been the best thing for me. I've gotten an extreme opportunity to play here in St. Louis with great players, good teams, and learn from a ton of good leaders. Obviously Petro and Ryan O'Reilly being the captains I played for, but a guy that I've really learned a lot over the past 5 or 6 years and still stay in contact with him to this day would be Alex Steen. Just the way he had a pulse on the team, how he cared about the city, the organization, the culture, the way things should be done. Still, he's a guy that I still talk to quite a bit. And that's a guy that, even though he's a part of the scouting management or whatever he's doing right now with the Blues, he still can lean on him, and he's Team Blues, so it's a good guy to have on your side.
You can still talk to him. He was one of those suit guys. It's okay. He's still one of the boys. He still passes. Now, the other part about being a captain now, and it's probably more challenging than ever, Brayden, is that it's not just are the guys okay at the rink? Are they doing okay on the ice? There's the relationship element, what's going on in their life away from the rink. And having you be a conduit in case something's going on there with a lot of the different pressures you guys are under today. How about that part of it? Not just in the dressing room, on the ice, but just dealing with relationships and making sure young players, young people are okay in their life.
Yeah, and I think that comes back to having a pulse on things. You understand people are human, and yes, it is a game, but there's more to it. Guys go through things throughout 82 games where you have to have an ear for them and listen to them, and whether they're asking for your advice or not, you have to understand each individual. And being around the room, you got to make everyone feel important. You got to bring the guys together. Make people feel included, feel like they're a huge part of it. And I would say of my experiences. When I was young, I leaned on older guys too, and to this day, there's some guys in the locker room that I have good conversations with that I feel like I can help. And if guys are looking for help, I'm more than willing to give the best advice I can.
I think one of the identifiable things about your roster, the identity in St. Louis, it's a fairly veteran group, Brayden, and the guys have really been through a lot, literally through to the depths of the NHL schedule and standings to the very top. Is it your nature to kind of lean on some of those veteran guys around you? Does that kind of take some of the pressure off to some degree?
Yeah, I think the good leaders understand it's just because you're wearing the C doesn't mean it's you. You lean on guys all the time. So I'm going to be leaning on guys like Thomas and Falk and Colton that are with me as the captains of the team. But even beyond that, we do have a veteran group. We have guys that have won Stanley Cups. We have guys that have played a ton of hockey games. We have guys that have been through a lot of experiences themselves. So I'm looking forward to leaning on different situations with different teammates. And we have many good voices in our room where I feel it's going to make my job a lot easier.
All right, Brayden, we can kind of appreciate that this is probably not your favorite part about being the captain, is like running the gamut of doing 1,000 different interviews. So after we're done, how excited are you for this week, training camp, season that's approaching?
Yeah, it's, to be honest, I think everywhere around the league will say the summer skates aren't fun anymore. Guys are getting together and you can only scrimmage for so long and with no body contact and lots of guys on the ice and all that. So I think everyone throughout the league's looking forward to it. Everyone's excited for this time of year. Obviously the fitness testing and training camps and exhibition games to get yourself ready for the season. And, this is the fun time of year. You're around your teammates, dinners and some rounds of golf before camp gets going and stuff like that, and some bonding stuff. So, I think the whole league's ready for, this camp to start.
We weren't ready for the amount of passion we saw for your team during that Stanley Cup final against the Bruins. Every captain has a special relationship with his market. What do you say to Blues fans who are just so excited to have you as their captain?
Yeah, just, like I said, you're not going to see me be a different person. I've been around St. Louis for 6 or 7 years now, and I'm looking forward to the opportunity to, being a face for the Blues organization, the city, the fans. It's a special organization. As we're looking at guys lifting the cup right now, that's something obviously with the whole league has that goal in mind, and you're not going to get it on day one training camp. It's, you have to keep on building it and be excited for the opportunity. We feel like we have a good team in our locker room that, underachieved last year, and we're ready for this upcoming season. We have a good mindset, good energy in our locker room. And like I said, I'm looking forward to, getting on the ice with the guys and building something here.
I got to believe you got a good core of guys that have been that have been a part of that Stanley Cup championship, anxious to get back to the top of the mountain. What can hockey fans expect from your group this year?
Yeah, like I said, for me to come here and say, like Stanley Cup, no, that's what everyone wants. But I said that's one thing we're gonna have to build on. There's frustration and disappointment from last year, so we got to start building it together as a team, and we feel like we're going to be competitive this year. Like I said, we feel like we underachieved, as a team, as 23 guys in that locker room, and we've added good pieces with Hazy. He's huge for a locker room, just an unreal guy, gets guys together. Oscar Sundquist, who's very comfortable here, that can play all over your roster. So when you add big bodies like that, good pieces, and then even before last year with Kapanen and Brown and guys that have skill. We have a good mix. We have a veteran crew, but we also have guys that are willing to do what it takes to win, and that's what you need putting this together.
Congratulations again on being named captain. We're excited to see you and your team.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.